What is up, everyone? Welcome to today's reaction video, which is one of our spooky season Halloween reactions, and it is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower, Jess. Jess, thank you so much, as always, for your continued support, for being such an incredible and positive person and an amazing member of the herd. It means the absolute world to me to have you as a supporter, and it always puts a smile on my face to see the positive pictures and quotes that you put in the herd Discord. It means the absolute world to me, so thank you so much for being a supporter for as long as you have, and thank you for this month's request, even though I am terrified about what you've gotten me into this month, because like, for Jess to have come to me and said that she's requesting this one this month for spooky season because it's Ren and it's got some like Halloweeny or creepy type themes, and I'm sitting there like, I've seen Hi Ren, I've seen what he's done in Money Games, you know, and some of the subject matter in some of his other stuff. I've seen the stuff that I've seen from Ren. Any one of them could be put in a horror movie. What am I to expect here from a Ren song that has a Halloweeny or spookier vibe? This could be wild. This could be absolutely wild. So I have no idea what is going to be coming my way right now. I don't know if I need trigger warnings. If I do, I'm going to put them on the screen here. If I think the themes are okay, then that there won't be anything there. But if there's anything written here, trigger warning. But either way, I'm super excited to get into this. Ren is always so talented, so I can't wait to see what he's going to do. As always, check out the original video linked in the description below. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to Ren if you haven't already, and we're going to get into this. This is Ren singing Children of the Moon. Let's go. My sadness becomes me. Okay. I get it now. This is like an old-fashioned silent movie that's going to give me a heart attack just from the music alone. Can I just say, any time that you have piano and it's doing what that piano there was doing, where it's playing the same few notes over and over again, especially when they're really high like that, and it's only like the tempo of them isn't consistent, so it's like kind of faster and then really slow and then kind of faster and then that creates such an unsettling feeling immediately. Also, I like the my sadness becomes me line. I'm not sure if that, like, I imagine that's it meant to be taken in the way of like that my sadness is becoming, you know, like it is to say that something becomes you means that it looks good on you. So is she sitting there being like, you know, my sadness becomes me? It's like it's being sad suits her. Or is she saying that, you know, she's becoming sad? I think it's more meant to be the first one, that it's like she's sitting there believing that it suits her to be sad, and it's like it seems right for her to be sad, which is a little bit messed up. But yeah, now we've gone into a jump scare moment with legit like with what was that? So I have no idea what's coming. Okay.
Children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of this city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum.
What was that intro? That intro was legitimately scarier than half the horror movies I've watched. I'm not someone who's like, you know, put off by horror movies, but when you're going into a horror movie situation, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, you're expecting to be there, be scared. I was not expecting for a video clip to start off with something this kind of unnerving and unsettling. Everything down to the fact that it's all in black and white, the play with the shadows, the graininess of the film, the effect they put on there to make it look like it's all popping and crackling like an old film. And then Sorry, I didn't go back far enough. This moment here where it's just the outline. I don't know how they went about casting these people, but the choice to have it be someone with that kind of curly hair right here, I was expecting full on clown. And not just because I was forced to watch Terrifier and Terrifier 2 recently. Either way, I was expecting full clown getup. And then you see the axe, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna have creepy clowns. I'm gonna have to tell people about that. But no, then it plays forward.
Children that worship the moon.
And yeah, plays forward, and we've got like young guy with curly hair looking like more serial killer style than anything actual, supernatural horror or dress up creepy stuff. It's just some dude with a hatchet. But I like the fact that it's like this whole scene has stopped. It's like the scream, he's going to murder her, and then we start singing. But the song itself is really catchy and really kind of fun. I get the feeling this is going to have some real kind of horror-themed imagery, but the song itself is going to be really, really cool.
We are the children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of the city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum.
Can I say, in that section there, sorry to keep pausing, but there's a lot to talk about with what's going on. The fact that the way that those lines were written, I like that it's every kind of second line rhymes with each other, but feels so kind of disconnected. It almost felt like it was wrong when you're listening to it, because it was children who worship them. Oh, we are the children who worship the moon. Hang on, I need to hear it again because I've forgotten already.
We are the children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun.
That's what it was. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. And it feels like you're like, those lines don't work. But then the next one is, I think it was something about doom. And then after that, the one follows was that we moved to the beat of a different drum. So the drum rhymes with sun and the moon rhymes with, I think it was doom. Let's hear.
Creatures of the city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon.
You'll see us soon. Sorry. So yeah, moon and soon, and the sun and drum were the lines together. But because it's just like line, 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 it works once you hear the whole section. But when you just hear that first snippet, you're like, that didn't rhyme. That's weird. But then it does. I like the way that's put together.
Those and we never see the sun. Creatures of the city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum. Gonna get that rhythm that sends shivers down your spine. In the sewers of the city, we will wait until the night when the...
I don't mean to laugh, but you can tell the difference in terms of, like, this one was 5 years ago. So I'd need to look into the timeline of releases between things like, stuff like Hi Ren and such compared to here. But I feel like in terms of a budget for a film clip, there's a big difference, because my man couldn't get his hands on a costume straitjacket at all. Like, couldn't even get one from a costume shop. He's just got a t-shirt where they've tied, or like a long sleeved white shirt where they've tied the arms together around his back for the straitjacket. It works for the symbolism, but it's just a funny thing to see. It just made me chuckle.
Gonna get that rhythm that sends shivers down your spine. In the sewers of the city, we will wait until the night. When the night's black ink holds the moon in the sky, we will take to these streets where we beast move with pride. It's a children of the moon intervention, with the hairs that stand on end when you feel tension. A different breed with a scabs, with a scum, with a grit, with a grind. And we dance to a very different...
First of all, when that like clean cut looking fella came in and was tying someone to the bed, my first thought was like a Norman Bates type serial killer thing. And the fact that it was a priest, I completely did not expect that until he started doing you could see him reading from a Bible, doing like an exorcism, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Now I like that Ren hasn't gone in the cliche direction of like full on clowns. He's like, no, we're going to do mimes. Mimes are just as creepy, if not more creepy than a clown. But yeah, I again, because I've just watched it, it's giving me Terrifier vibes. But yeah, I feel like there's a difference in terms of maybe the funding that he had access to for these clips, or just in terms of what his visions are for clips back here compared to where we are now. I feel like he's grown so much in terms of what he is able to do in a video clip.
To a very different. Once upon a time that was not long ago, there lived a little boy infected by the evils of this world. In his heart, the madness was growing until he leaked anger into his veins. And when he grew, he didn't throw up, he just grew more and more insane. He felt pain in his brain.
Okay. Or like the whole way through this song, he's had fire like vocals the whole way through. But this section here, right, we have
once upon a time that was not long ago.
This really high, nice, like real kind of, I forget the name for it, but that real high head voice type singing that he's doing. And then we go from that into chest singing, but almost with like a Transylvanian type accent, like he's doing a really cliche type horror vampire type deal. And then from then we go into that slightly insane sounding high Ren-esque voice that he does. The transition through all of that is just so cool, and it feels like such a Ren thing that you never know what's going to come out of his mouth next.
There lived a little boy infected by the evils of this world. In his heart, the madness was growing until he leaked anger into his veins. And when he grew, he didn't throw up, he just grew more and more insane. He felt pain in his brain, flames, blisters, bloodstains, bipolar hurricanes. Tried to remain sane, no, but the tune vein burning up in flames. Oh, what fun, dance to the drum.
This drum going on in the background, the voice saying drum over and over again like a growl, is just so unsettling, because again, it feels like, and I might be wrong with this, but it feels like the timing of the drum is changing slightly. It's not like when you have an instrument in a song where it's always on the right beat. It just feels like that drum is just changing slightly and maybe getting a little bit faster, or maybe it's just a little bit off sometimes in the most unsettling way that works so well. I also love the amount of imagery that Ren is going through here in terms of horror tropes, Halloween tropes and things like that. Like, not even obvious ones all the time. Like, he's had the clown reference, he's had the serial killer reference, he's had the guy in the insane asylum with the straitjackets, we've had exorcisms and ghosts, we've had zombies, and now we've got like this medical type situation of the insane doctor, which is just so unsettling. Like, a doctor is someone you're meant to be able to trust. Like, they're going to knock you out and do surgery on you. The idea of like this kind of thing, terrifying. Also, I've just noticed the absolute best luck of my life that I happen to be wearing my Joker t-shirt where he's in a straitjacket for this film clip. I literally glanced over at my recording screen as Ren was on screen in the straitjacket. I'm like, oh my god, matches! Anyway, let's keep going.
The children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows, so we never see the sun. Creatures of this city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum. We weave through the city like a poisonous thread. We're not quite living, but we're not quite dead. We all sing along to a very different tune. We are the children that worship the moon. We are.
The other thing that I'm loving about this clip, in terms of if you're going to make a horror clip and going to make something like this, the thing that I'm loving about it is that scene right there, right? You want to show surgery of this doctor cutting out someone's heart and then rubbing it on his face and have it be all creepy and gross. Cool. Look at the way that he's done this. Normally, I wouldn't rewind to something like this because I wouldn't want it on the channel. But it is so obvious with the way that it's done that the blood is not a blood color. Like, it is like a pinky color, because if they would have been able to very easily get dollar store fake blood, you know, that would have looked much more realistic. Ren has made the choice for this clip to use a lighter color so that it's less confronting, less probably triggering, and less likely to get the video taken down or demonetized because of it being too gory. So that's a really, really smart choice. And again, I'm thankful for it, because if it looked like a human heart and he was actually rubbing fake blood all over his face, that would have been a bit much to look at.
Not quite living, but we're not quite dead. We all sing along to a very different tune. We are the children that worship the moon. We are the children that worship the moon. We live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of this.
I've just noticed there, in that scene with the possession, as she's struggling on the bed, I don't know how they've managed to do it, but at the same time as she is struggling on the bed, in the same position above her on the wall is the shadow of her struggling in that same position. And very, very specifically, because it's like an exorcism, it seems like it's tied up in the shape. She's tied up in the shape of a cross. Like
the moon, we live in the.
You can see it's moving back and forth. The shadow is moving back and forth above her like it's a spirit escaping. But I can't work out how they would have lit that. And actually, it might be his shadow that we're seeing.
Shadows and we never see the sun.
Yeah, I believe that it's actually Ren's shadow that we're seeing, but the way the lighting's been done, because she's struggling on the bed and the shadow's moving with her, it actually looks like it's her shadow or a dark spirit escaping from her, which is just really cool. I'm again making assumptions here, but this video clip both feels like something that was made on a low budget, but at the same time, I have seen full horror movies that are less well made on a low budget than this is. Like, if you look at some B-grade horror movies, some budget horror movies, some of them are just terrible and so unbelievable. Some of the little effects and little moments that they've had in this have been really cool, really well planned out. And considering that I'm, again, making assumptions here, but if it was something done on a lower budget, it's been done really well.
That worship the moon, we live in the shadows and we never see the sun. Creatures of the city, and I'm sure you'll see us soon. We dance to the beat of a very different drum.
That end section where it's coming through with those, like, I don't even know what that was, but it's like a string section being the dun 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 thing that it's doing as it's going, and then it finishes with the big boom. That was really well done, because again, it was a different vibe, same lyrics, but different vibe to what it had been through the whole rest of the song. And that was really, really cool. I freaking loved this. I love when film clips use kind of horror themes. It's why I absolutely adore the Bury a Friend film clip from Billie Eilish. And yo, that would have been done with a way bigger budget than what Ren had to work with here, regardless of whether it's a thing of that he had a big budget this time or not. That still would have been done with a way bigger one, because, you know, that has a whole bunch of stuff in it. But the fact that Ren can make something this cool that I like as much as that, and has those same kind of themes and is done this well, is freaking awesome. Absolutely fire, catchy song. But just in general, the whole vibes of this was so damn cool. I wasn't sure what to expect coming into something that I'd been told was a Ren spooky video, but I should have just known it would be absolute cinema in the best way, and that's what this was. I loved this. Guys, please jump in the link in the description below, give the original video a like and a comment, and subscribe to Ren if you haven't already. Also, leave a like and a comment on this video and subscribe down below. It means the absolute world to me. It helps the channel out so much, so please subscribe. And check me out over on Patreon, where I run weekly polls for the reactions that I do here on the channel. I do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel, just like Jess did today. So check all that out over on my Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have a great day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.